Hello and welcome to another episode of Atomic Martian Toy Reviews. So, what I brought for the review today is this Star Wars Clone Wars Capture the Droids pack of stuff. Jay, what did you bring today?
I brought with me the new Thundercats Classic 6-inch Mumm-ra.
6-inch Mumm-ra. And man, I feel like we got some incredible deals on these today. Jay, what kind of discount did we get on these toys today?
We got the 5-finger discount.
High five!
Enjoy the show.
Alrighty, tonight, first up, we got the Thundercats Classic 6-inch, the new Wave 2 Mumm-ra. That's a lot of stuff I just said. Are you confused?
Not really.
Fuck it. So anyways, this is Mumm-ra here, and this is the classic version. You can tell because he looks like an Aztec warrior.
And not some, like, well, he still looks kind of steroided out, doesn't he?
A roided out Aztec warrior.
But he doesn't look all animated.
No, not at all. I mean, he kind of does.
Just a little bit. Well, there are some subtle differences that we notice between this and the animated one.
Yeah. So, yeah, he looks pretty sweet. He's all 80s-fied. It's awesome. And let's talk about the package. You can see right here on the front. You see right through to Mumm-ra. Thank you for the assist.
You know,
we turn on the side. Nice
out.
Picture of him in the 80s, which is kind of cool. He's like, hey, I just smoked some crack because it's 1980.
And that's what's with the eyes, too.
Ah!
He just dumped his... Well, we'll talk about that later.
That's what we're here for. And then on the back here, we can see Mumm-ra. You can tell in my package, I wasn't very discerning. It's kind of beat up already, but not... Hope it doesn't affect the toy. Yeah. You know. Gets beat up. You get beat up on the streets.
It says that he comes with an extra set of hands.
He's a handy fella, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Hand jobs. Hand jobs.
That's right.
That's what I was going for. A picture of the 6-inch Classics Lion-O, as well as the newer from the animated series, some of the new guys that are coming out from that as well. And then, of course, we have the, unforgettable Thundercat logo here that's been shot up with bullet holes, because it's just what happens when you fuck with the
Mumm-ra's gotta have something for his men to practice on. Target practice.
Caps. So, yeah, it is what it is. And are you ready? He's got 18 points of articulation. They mention that with relative pride here on the front of the package.
Recommended for ages 4 and up on the side of the package.
3-year-olds, don't mess with it. It's too mature for you. 4-year-olds, welcome to big boy country. Yep. You ready to open them up? I mean, is there anything else we should talk about? Let's open them up.
Oh, it's Mumm-ra, the ever-giving!
Hand jobs.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
You got the little Western grip there.
Little jerky. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
He's ready to go to prison.
Yeah, he is ready. See, he's got it up there. He's like, oh man, just position. No, you're next. Everybody get in line here in prison. Mumm-ra's about to go skiing. Which is awesome because they give him the skiing hands. If you can see here, he's got 2 fists, which they're not clenched. He can hold stuff. Something cylindrical, maybe.
You put the rest together.
You put the rest of, and he comes with rags to wipe up with afterwards.
Well, that and also, when you go to prison, they run out of toilet paper and they use him.
He's doo-doo man. And the thing I like is he also...
Hey, doo-doo man.
Hey, doo-doo man.
Get over here. Get in the bathroom, man. Hey, doo-doo man. Get over here before I slap you, bitch.
Doo-doo paper man. Yeah.
What, Jamaicans?
Yeah, you never know. And yeah, and he's got his gang crest already ready. I hope there's snakes in prison that he can join up with. First day in prison, he's like a little kid in school. Are you the snakes?
Y'all the snakes?
Y'all the snakes?
Y'all the snakes?
Cause I am Mumm-ra, the ever living.
You about to be Mumm-ra, the ever giving, bitch.
The ever getting.
Oh.
So let's talk on a serious note. Let's talk about Mumm-ra for a minute. So he does basically he's packaged here with the rags to riches.
Floating rags. If you ever watch the show, he comes out and they're constantly, it's like he's got a fan on him all the time.
Yeah, and it's just kind of always blowing. So, much like this guy, he's always blowing something.
Oh, shit. You better watch out.
Yeah. So anyways.
That's that pretty mouth.
They're always blowing. Yeah, they're always flopping in the wind. the rags. And yeah, so they kind of give that little effect here. He's like, I got rags. He's like a kitty cat. He got tangled up in his yarn. Got it now.
It does look a little bit like a cat.
Yeah.
Just in the face a little bit.
Aztec
Really
cat, man.
More on the package than anything.
Package? You look at this package?
The box.
What the fuck, man? This is a toy review show, you sadist.
Oh, gosh, man.
So anywho.
Tried out of the gutter just once.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, he's got the mystic mummy wrap here that floats around, which is kind of cool. You can take that off because it gets in the way if you want to play with him a little bit. You know, have him go fighting Lion-O, punching him in the face because that's all he did in the comic, or all he did really in the cartoon. But he's got a really good, nice 80s accurate look to him. You know, he's got the sweet, crazy headdress that's 80s. You know, Madonna.
Looks kind of like Aztec-y.
Very Aztec. If he hasn't picked up, he looks like an Aztec. I say the word Aztec.
Yeah, you do. I don't know why. But I mean, you know, he's got the kind of like ancient Mayan sort of dress steely on.
Well, and much in the fashion of the 80s, he's even got leg warmers on, which is really nice.
Yeah.
You know, and now they're not as sophisticated. No, they don't go all the way up, and they're not made of, you know, like a fabric or like a nice cotton. But he's got hair here, and that is just going to keep his feet so warm all the time when he's walking around.
Well,
barefoot.
really, it's just going to keep the top of the feet. The toes are still going to get cold. The heel.
The toes will take care of themselves. They do a lot of work.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean,
well, hey, we're not here to discuss, you know, how the Mumm-ra's body works. He's not even human.
No, we're not.
We're really not.
But
you know what we are here to discuss?
This toy.
This fucking toy. And he is pretty sweet. The back of his headdress here comes off. His weave comes right out. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, bitch. Oh, bitch, you gonna get slapped. Because I took out his weave. But yeah, it's got to be done. And he looks kind of weird with that. He looks more like a samurai now.
Yeah, he does.
Put the weave back on.
Please do.
Bitch, look ugly without that weave.
There it is.
Sweet.
This back.
Yeah.
It looks very cool. Good articulation. And nice body build and all that stuff. The wrists, not as nice as the other 8-inch figures. You know, the ankle or the wrists don't move around as much as the 8-inch figures do because it's a bigger ball joint in here, and I think the 8-inch figures stick into the arm. The arm sticks into the fist here.
Yeah,
so it's a little different.
Yeah,
but you still have like really good you know, you can move up and down at the deltoids, swivel around at the bicep.
Well, I mean, he's got an incredible 18 points of articulation here.
That's right. It's so important that they put it on the front of the package. And the other thing I really like is that his ankles actually
swivel back and forth.
Yeah, so you can get some cool spread out poses if you need to.
I mean, he's got to spread them in prison. It's important.
Can't bend over very well because of the skirt, though.
It's not gonna work to his.
All his shit
that will work to his advantage.
All his shit kicking's gonna be done. He'll have to jump up in the air and
land on him.
Stomp your ass in the ground, bitch.
It's Mumm-ra, the ever living.
And you know, other than jerking off, this hand's really good for the Fist of Doom.
Jerk of Doom, really, huh?
Dun dun dun.
You can do this number. Yep. Making fun. Somebody's talking, he's like, I'm bored.
You know what else he can do?
What is it, a fist pump?
You can do a fist pump.
Fuck that.
He's from the Jersey Shore, motherfucker.
It's so old, Jay. Nobody cares.
It's from the Jersey Shore. This is your bit. This is your bit. You're just gonna leave it in the trash? People like when you reference stuff from older episodes, Matt. That's how they always do it in sitcoms.
Gigasteam is the only... Gigasteam may pick up on that, Jay.
Chuck Dog might.
our two viewers.
Decepticon. Others. Sorry.
Post on the YouTube, guys. Leave some comments. Good ones though. If you leave a bad one, I'm not
If
gonna
you
do anything about
leave
it.
a bad one, I would love to read it, but don't.
Don't do it.
Other people will read it too.
God damn it. Leave a comment and we'll call you out on the camera there.
Maybe.
We'll shot a stardom there.
15 seconds.
Anywho, so back to the toy.
All in all, pretty nice. God damn, headdress falls off if you touch it though.
Yeah, the headdress. Well, the thing is, I noticed it's almost like you had to you pop it on and have to kind of turn it a little bit. It's like it almost locks into place, but it's not very well.
Bullshit.
Well,
A little bit.
A little bit. Not much.
Yeah. Looks like he's got a... I don't know. It's weird. They did, you know, he's supposed to be covered in like mummy wrapping stuff. Hence the wraps here.
Yeah.
And they do it around his neck too. And in the picture you can tell that it's wrapping, you know. But here it just looks like he's got like a cocaine necklace or something.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. It's like somebody, you know, he's got
like
a
he
pearl.
just
It's like he's got a
dumped his-
pearl necklace.
Yep.
Oh, fuck my ass.
Necklace. Yep.
Well, I think he's done.
Yeah.
He's had it. So that's Mumm-ra, the Ever Giving, coming to a prison near you.
All right, next up we have the Clone Wars Capture of the Droids multi-pack from Hasbro.
So,
this is based on Star Wars.
Which capture of the droids is it? I don't know.
The droids. The droids of the Star Wars universe.
I mean, which time is it that they're captured?
C-3PO and
Yeah.
R2-D2. Well, they're captured in every episode.
They are, aren't they?
So this is kind of a broad set.
Really, it's like switch out whatever character, whatever third character you want in there. Switch out whoever you want. It could be Jawas. It could be kind of Yoda-ish.
Yeah, Darth Maul. You can be pretty much anybody.
Anybody you want.
But this time around, it's a really cool and really awesome Cad Bane.
Yep.
Cad Bane. Cad Bane? How do you pronounce it?
I thought it was Cad Bane.
It could be Cad Bane.
You know what's funny?
Depending on
about,
what part of the country you're from.
You know
It could be
what's-
Cad Bane, Cade Bane, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that. I would say, you know what's funny about Cad Bane? I thought he was just a worthless piece of shit character until I was informed that he's a total badass.
Yes.
And now I look at him and yeah.
Well, if you
I kinda
actually
see
watch the
that.
show, you know, you would know
yeah,
that he
it's
doesn't
true.
suck, because there's really nothing about the Clone Wars that sucks except for the Padme episodes.
I would imagine so.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's talk about the packaging here. We have pretty traditional multi-pack front. We have all the figures here. We have their stupid cards that they come with that we're
What's
just
with
gonna throw
everybody
away
trying to-
anyway.
What's with everybody trying to push card games all of a sudden?
I don't know. Most kids like it. It gives you something else to do. Besides actually use your imagination when you're playing with toys. On the back here, it has like a cool little scene with Cad Bane torturing R2-D2 while C-3PO just stands there like a bitch and lets him do it.
Oh, he's getting off on it.
He is getting off on it. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going on here.
You're absolutely right. Standard packaging.
Yeah. Some weird effects in the background and
Yeah.
well.
It shows you some other 3-packs in the background.
Yep.
On the back of the package, I mean.
It comes with some dice that doesn't even have numbers on it.
Well, you know, it's teaching kids how to play craps real early.
Yep, that's true. Gamble all that money away. So let's get this open and check it out.
And we're back with these guys. Oh, motherfucker.
God damn
To
it.
do 360. You son of a bitch.
Damn figures never stand up when you want them to.
Well, you know, he's got a really heavy head. I don't
He
see how
does.
he walks around.
I don't know either.
Anyway, we're back with the 3 battler pack here. C-3PO, Cad Bane, To Do 360, and R2-D2. And honestly, all in all, these are some pretty good versions of these characters. Very good figures.
Now, the Cad Bane looks like pretty much all the other Cad Banes that have been released. So if you haven't gotten one of the single pack or one of the other multi-packs with Cad Bane, this one would be a good one to pick up, but yeah, there's other ways to find the figure.
Yeah.
You know, there's
If you don't have them already and you want some droids, this is a nice way to get everybody at once.
exactly.
Definitely.
And of course, C-3PO is a much more animated version of C-3PO. He actually looks a lot like the Clone Wars C-3PO. R2-D2 pretty much looks like R2-D2 minus some detail.
Yeah, if you notice here on the little top dome, there's no white spots. It's all blue.
Yeah, solid blue. And Toto 360 is just kind of the throwing guy, you know, the extra one.
Interesting fact, he's Microsoft's next generation system.
He is. Yep.
He'll just walk around with you, and his head's the hard drive.
Yep.
Does all the work, and then in the middle of his body's got a little hole there. That's a projector.
Yep. And he just makes he makes fun of your video game playing as you play it.
Yeah.
You know?
He's like, "Why'd you jump there? The goal's on the other side of the map, you dumbass."
Yep. So he judges you,
Or he's
and
like-
not silently.
He's like, "Quit staring at Catwoman's ass, you sick fuck."
yeah.
Ain't cool.
So I say we go down the line and talk about them.
Let's run a train.
All right, let's start with C-3PO here. Now, for C-3PO figure, this one actually has a surprisingly really good articulation. I was surprised.
I thought so, yeah.
His arms actually go up and down like that. His head does have a ball joint, so it rotates. You can have him looking down at an angle or up at a corner. Most C-3PO figures just do a basic swivel.
Yep.
And most of his arms just go up and down. You know, very robotic.
Yeah.
You know?
Who would have thunk it?
I know. He has elbow bend. His wrists do spin, and he does have his hands are set up so he can hold objects even though he doesn't come with any accessories. Like rib crunch, twist. Now his legs are pretty shoddy. They just go basic straight out, bend at the knee. Matt's knocking over trash over there. His foot moves up and down and swivels, and that's about it as far as articulation goes. You want to talk about his cool little eyes?
Oh man, yeah. What I really like about this figure is the light piping they did. What they put on here was just a tiny little hole in the back that I feel that unless you're like looking for it right off the bat, you almost don't notice. But it gives the eyes a very nice, completely lit up effect.
It does.
Just like you see in the movie where he's walking around powered up. And if you put your thumb or something over the hole in the back, it goes to power down mode. Which I thought was just really neat.
It's a cool little feature that I wasn't expecting, but it's nice to have. Yeah.
It's very cool. And it's not something you see. I thought that was a very interesting little design move they did, especially when they could have just painted the eyes white.
Yeah, that's true too. So overall, for a C-3PO, especially an animated looking style, I like this figure a lot. I think it looks really cool. I think they did a great job on him.
Yeah, good design.
Do you want to go over Cad Bane?
Cad Bane here, yeah. Now, I'm not very familiar with the character of Cad Bane.
He's awesome.
From what I hear, he's very cool. The first thing I picked up on when I looked at this figure is kind of the design of him. He kind of looks to me like he's made to remind you just a tiny bit without realizing it of Jango Fett and some of the design and all. But he's a cool figure. He's got a hat that comes right off if you want. And you can stick it back on. He's got a ball-jointed head, so you can swivel it around all 360 degrees.
Get some really menacing looks from him.
Very much so.
Yep.
He comes with this cool, like, space duster jacket that just the part attached to his main body would come off. The sleeves are sculpted on there. Very cool. Articulation-wise, you know, pretty much standard. Shoulders move up and down. Elbows move up and down. His wrist moves around. He can hold his guns fairly well. My complaint is that he doesn't have individual trigger fingers. It's actually all sculpted into one part of the hand. So you can kind of get the gun in there in a trigger position, but
the finger doesn't lock into the
trigger at all. Yeah, which is kind of disappointing. He swivels at the waist and bends a little bit, and then standard Star Wars crotch area, bends at the legs. No ankle articulation though.
He has really small feet too.
Very, very. I feel like if we didn't have him on the base, it would be kind of hard to pose him.
Yeah, and stand him up.
And again, that goes also right back to the ankle articulation. Without being able to move him forward or backwards, you can't get very dynamic poses. He'll stand there and point guns, kind of.
Yeah, so you almost have to keep him on the base at all times unless you want him falling over constantly.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do Toto 360.
Woo!
This is a cool little droid. The only articulation he has, of course, is his head. It is on a ball joint, so it does swivel. You can get some cool animated personality poses with his head. You can have him looking up or tilting his head to the side or looking down in shame or whatever. His feet. Oh, God.
I was going to say, I personally like the shame pose best of all. It's like, why? You just leaked oil all over in that corner. We told you to use the robot box.
Yeah. But Toto's a really cool character. He's definitely a fan favorite. People like him a lot. He kind of stands up okay. His head is a little heavy, so sometimes, he has these really flat feet, but sometimes his head does outweigh it. So a little bit.
Most times his head does outweigh it.
Most of the time his head does outweigh it, yeah.
Should make his feet out of
maybe put a little sticky tape or something on the bottom and just... Yeah. They should have just made suction cup feet. That would have made sense.
That would have been really cool. Then you could have them going up a wall.
Yeah, exactly. Standing on the side of the wall. Yep.
Last but not least, R2-D2. Now we already talked about the one major complaint that I had. There wasn't enough detail on this figure.
No, it doesn't quite look like R2-D2. It looks like Astromech Droid, but not quite R2-D2.
Definitely. There's no white spots on the dome helmet. There's a little bit of blue on the front of his body, but none on the back. Same with the legs. For customizers, this will be great. What I really like about the figure is it has plenty of compartments that open right up, and you get arms that come out, grabber arms, shock arms. In the back, you have a grappling hook that comes out, if you can get to it.
Yeah, it's a little difficult to get out. You almost have to use tweezers or something.
Yeah,
small
definitely.
to get in there.
The head rotates. That's pretty cool. The legs move back and forth. You can tilt the bottoms of his feet. So if you want to get a different little pose for him.
And they all have wheels too. So.
Yeah, all have wheels so you can roll right across your table. The other thing I thought was really neat is that he comes with the side thrusters that he uses pretty often in space.
He does,
The first time I think I saw him really use them was in episode 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Where he blasts off and blows up some
he catches
droids.
a bunch of droids on fire,
Yeah. And what's really neat is that these just peg right into the leg, and when you take them away, it doesn't look any different. It looks normal.
In fact, when I first put those on there, I kind of had a hard time figuring out where they go at first.
Yeah. And I think they look really neat. I like the effects they did on them.
Yeah, they're clear. Yeah.
Very cool. Looks just like a light little thruster. And the design is really neat on it. It's not a bad little figure. Only problems I foresee are getting these little compartments to stay shut, where he holds
and also
everything.
Getting the little pieces out too.
Yeah, because it's all stuck. I mean, like Jason here said, you're gonna have to get a tweezers or something to get it all out.
Yeah. But overall, not bad.
No.
You know, I wish they did a little bit more paint detail to them.
Big time.
Yeah,
big time. Anything else you want to add to that one?
No, I think that's it.
I think.
But overall, this is a good multi-pack. I really enjoy this one. I like the diversity of characters. Like I said, Cad Bane is pretty easy to get. In fact, most people that are fans of the Clone Wars probably already have a figure of him. But the C-3PO and R2-D2 are definitely really kind of unique and pretty cool. So I would highly recommend this multi-pack for anybody who is a droid fan and wants these cool droids added to their collection. Anything else?
That's it. That's all I got.
Well, this has been another exciting episode of Atomic Martian Toy Reviews. In this episode, we reviewed the Bandai's Mumm-ra 6-inch figure and the Hasbro's Clone Wars Droids 3-pack. Before we end this program, I want to go ahead and remind you all to listen to the newest episode of What's on Joe Mind podcast. It is the longest running G.I. Joe podcast on the internet. And this week, they interviewed me and the famous actor and voice actor Jason Marsden. So don't forget to check him out. And I also want to thank Chuck for getting me on the episode, and Justin and Greg and Gary and the entire What's on Joe Mind team. We'd also like to thank our sponsors, Big Bad Toy Store, Tenacious Toys, RadarToys.com, and T-Shirt Bordello. Thanks for all the awesome stuff, and don't forget to check them out also. And that's it. Go out and buy these cool toys. They're pretty awesome. We like them, so you should like them too.